Thanks for joining us, guys. Let's start with a clip. Let's have a look at this.
Hi, everybody. I'm Reverend Emmanuel P. Vanish, and have we got a show for you?
Introducing I Am Hip Hop, South Africa's latest and freshest hip hop lifestyle show. A show for the lovers of hip hop.
Because if he's recording right now, like if he really is recording right now, then we can just come back and this would be the comeback. Yeah, we're back.
On my backside, left side, right side, Rouge is the best side.
This is Goose 83. Zone 6. DK, we're in Soweto, damn it.
Covering the dopest events and bringing you the most exclusive local and international interviews.
Yo, this is Stas One from People on the Stairs. Came from LA all the way to SA.
And music videos.
She was round with a whole crew. And a friend looked at me and said, when I know you. I said, man, I did it.
Come all the way live, live. Let's ride. If you got the heart, take it outside.
Khule, tell us a little bit about when you went online, how you went online, why you went online, and a little bit more about your work.
Well, about 6 years ago, the team and I had just got to the point where we felt hip-hop was like a self-imposed minstrel show. So out of frustration, this concept and some of the footage you saw was born. We shot a pilot. We shopped it around, took it to different brands and broadcasters. We tweaked it over the years, and we'd hear the same story all the time. They loved it. It was unique. It was fresh. But for some reason or another, brands either ran out of finance or broadcaster was going in a different direction, or we didn't meet the necessary requirements. So at the beginning of this year, we decided to take things into our own hands, and we just wouldn't be at the mercy of brands and broadcasters. We wanted to tell our story. We had to be heard. So we renamed the concept to I Am Hip Hop and went online, turned it into an online magazine, which initially has started off as an editorial that's allowed us to attract followers who are also contributing writers from as close as Lesotho and Cape Town, all the way to Kenya and Canada. This has expanded our audience, and now as we initiate our second phase, which is audiovisual, sticking to the original plan, we'll have 1 to 2 minute music news, reviews, opinion pieces, and interviews, and that will expand.
It's quite it's very comprehensive.
Yeah.
And it's great. And so I just want to move, Greg, I'd like to ask you about, because it sounds to me when we were having conversation, the genesis around Savaland.com was similar to what Khule is talking about in terms of dealing with the frustrations of traditional broadcasters.
Rage, really, yeah. No, not really. Frustration, I think, is a great word. I think about 6 or 7 years ago, we felt that we weren't seeing the kind of comedy that we really enjoyed. And you can only moan and kind of complain about things up to a certain point until you have to be that change in the world that you would like to see. So in our case, it was just about trying to make what we thought was a superior brand of comedy. Essentially, we were just trying to find those guys, in that pub that were laughing at the same things that we were. And so that journey started about 5 or 6 years ago. We, in between paying jobs, we really just started mucking around, having some fun, and then obviously, sharing that online.
Malusi, so we've got hip hop, we've got comedy. You're doing more dramatic kind of work. Why don't you please tell us about the genesis of your work online?
Sure, Jose. I mean, just like I Am Hip Hop or Savaland, the online medium has been our platform as independent filmmakers to tell our stories. Whether we're telling those stories through independent music videos for independent artists or 10-minute short films. And today I'm referring to one of my short films that I shot on an iPhone for obvious reasons, of course. This is why we always...
I assume this means ka-ching.
Why we're not using the RAID with all kinds of letters is we're using cell phones. And it's basically just a story of about two guys who are just going through life, and they just find the connection between poverty and crime.
Okay, can we take a look? Should we take a look at it?
Yeah, but before we can take a look at it,
Yeah.
I just want to tell everyone that it basically is a story of that, and the way we approach the narrative is that the film does not look sanitized or sensationalized like most of these films that deal with this subject matter. It's called Inner City.
Great, let's take a look.
Joburg is a tough place. I said it before. See, it's so tough. There's homeless guys everywhere. There's one right now. Let me just get him a little something. What is this? You know, this is. I'll give you more tomorrow. Alright? I'm just.
Now you owe me, you know that, right? I don't even know what you're doing here. Coming to Joburg was the worst thing ever.
Employment is a gaping hole down the studies. We have
So challenging stuff. I can see why it's not the kind of thing that normally traditional media would be able to kind of show themselves on. So now, in terms of audience grabbing attention, 10 seconds rule, what kind of rule are we talking here?
Online, you have your audience just going through a lot. If they're watching anything on your phone, on their computer, there's a lot of stuff that's happening they're looking at. So you basically have to grip them within 10 seconds. I heard Kaya said earlier today that it goes to 3 seconds, that the advertisers are looking at the 3 seconds. So we basically are looking at that short time span to grab our audience and have them like what we're delivering to them.
Quickly, you're finding the same thing?
Yeah, I think the unique challenge is, be it 3 seconds, 5 seconds on Vine, 15 seconds on Instagram. As a storyteller, you should use that as the best way to grab your audience. Give them just enough so that they keep on following.
How does that translate to comedy?
Certainly comedy. I mean, I would say that the online audience is quite similar to a live audience, and any stand-up would basically tell you that if you haven't found that first laugh in like the first 10 or 12 seconds, you're pretty much dead. So comedy, yes, absolutely. I think what is key, though, is not to lose sight of your intention in terms of what you actually want to do, with your creative content. If it's just to tell jokes, then fine. But if, like in our case, if you would also like to make some kind of social commentary, you do need a little bit more time to do that. 6 seconds is a really, really short space of time.
Dealing with like taboo subjects, I think in all the work I've seen so far, there's some kind of taboo that you're dealing with.
Comedy is great in that you can talk about the things that a lot of people are too afraid to talk about, maybe for very real reasons, in terms of persecution, that kind of stuff. But if you can make them laugh first, then you just open up that door and suddenly it's a really level playing field. And hopefully in this next piece, hopefully we have achieved that.
Nature, citizens, is so beautiful. But did you know that nature is clever also? Take this tree for an example. It knows when winter is coming and it drops all of its leaves, so it can also look like the other trees. Grass is also very clever because it knows it must grow sideways, not upwards, in order to can survive. Nature is everything. It is buildings, it is highways, it is Santon City, it is TVs, it is BMWs, it's also my helicopter. They are all a part of nature. And every beautiful creation that is a part of beautiful, clever nature has a God-given right to live. Like eternal gum trees. Isn't it beautiful? Look at its clever structure. Look how it never falls over. At night, it radiates a pretty luminance of purple. It's like an electric jacaranda tree that lights itself and never needs pruning. There are 42 of these beautiful gantries on the Gauteng e-toll network. 42 of these beautiful creations that were created by the hands of the ruling party, that were made by God. Which means, fellow citizens, that these gantries are related to Jesus.
And so it pains us very, very, very much to know that there are still people who want to tear down these beautiful creations. Which is why I am appealing to you to buy our bumper stickers, which implore and explore your fellow citizens to turn on the tolls. With a mere 20 rand, you can help God and nature do their important work. You can also receive as a free gift this beautiful gantry ring, which I designed myself. When you purchase 50 milliliters of my signature fragrance, Precious. Now everybody can smell Precious.